It's Sunday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for cold salad and croutons, but it's also time for FTW Future Focus. I am your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black, and above me is the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal wrestling extraordinaire and critiquer, Crazy Jake. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here.
Good to have you, man, and it's going to be an interesting show to say the least after what I saw last night. Speaking of which, speaking of interesting, beside me is the silent but deadly man from Chicago, Illinois, and he has about as much use for women's professional wrestling as I do for leaky faucets and breaking pipes in winter. He is marvelous Marcus Buckley. How you doing, sir?
I'm cold.
Heard that. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is miserable in Chicago is what I hear.
12 below 0. But the Bears about to win, so I'm good.
Well, the cold weather is probably helping them. I know that I mean, against everybody but Green Bay, because I think where they live is colder. I've never been to,
Okay, we don't want
never
to.
been there. I know,
You
I know.
know, we hate
Uh,
Green Bay.
I gathered that. But things that we don't hate are the founder of our feast, the president of FTW Network, my pal and friend, a professional wrestler and promoter extraordinaire, the mastermind Bobby Rogers. How are you, sir?
What's up?
Why?
Buzz.
Uh, man, it is cold. It is freezing. The new song "Frosty the Black Man" is out because I got my electric blanket on. This is nuts. I mean, I've never seen it. How they are not kicking field goals in Chicago? They can't be.
Well, they two of them.
Well, that dude's foot is made up of brick. Because I'm sorry, I'm not kicking nothing in this weather. I'm barely standing up, sitting up in this electric blanket in this weather. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
but they
I can't
made
believe this.
you're saying Chicago made two field goals.
Yeah, two field
Yeah,
goals and touchdowns. But the
yeah,
thing
and Cleveland,
is,
and
I'm
Cleveland
not
got one.
kicking them.
Well, actually, three. Cleveland got one too.
Oh wow,
Oh, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but
that's what
that's
she
not
said.
important now.
But
Thank you for joining us on FT. We're on the board.
but guys, I want to
Uh,
thank you for getting in on this cold day and after this historic evening that happened last night. Um, Saturday night's main
Was
event.
it?
Oh, what you? Oh, okay. We got Jake coming in.
Oh, I'm not happy,
Oh,
but
wow.
we've got a format. We've got a format to follow.
oh,
Yep.
we're going to be
I know y'all
friends
are.
today.
Y'all probably aren't gonna like what I have to say because I'm pretty sure I know what you have to say. So it's gonna be a good show.
Well,
That's why I came on here.
my comments might be slightly surprising, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, that's a
But
bridge that. But right now, we're just going to talk about the matches itself for Saturday
matches,
night's main event,
yeah.
and then we'll get into the deeper meanings after we talk about the results of the matches and how we like the matches and you know stuff like that. This is going to
Yeah.
be an interesting show. Kicking
Okay.
off Saturday night's main event last night, Cody Rhodes, the what is he? The Universal Champion.
No, he's the undisputed WWE champion. The
Okay,
Universal Championship has been,
it started
yeah,
with
they're
a U.
starting to, yeah. The Universal title has been defunct, supposedly.
Okay. Well, Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes, Champion A, taking on the NXT Champion Oba Femi. Boy,
Hmm.
Marcus, go ahead. Let me hear yours first.
I mean, I thought the match was okay for what it was. I mean, I knew that it was going to be some kind of dirty deed happening. That neither one of these guys was going to take the pinfall. Cody wasn't going to lay down for they couldn't have their main champion lose to the NXT champion, and they couldn't let Obafemi come up here fresh out the his first match on the main roster, and he beats the main guy. None of that would have made sense. So I wasn't surprised that Drew interfered on this, but I don't think that was the point of this match. I think the point of this match was to show the main roster's audience Obafemi. I think they wanted to showcase him, and I think that's what they did. I mean, first of all, he has a unique. I mean, I watch NXT every week, so none of this surprised me. There was nothing new to me, but I think for people who don't get to see him a lot, um, he showed that he can be dominant the way a big man should, and he can sell his ass off, and he can move around for well for a big man. So I think that was the whole point of this match. It was spotlight on a future star. I would say in 2-3 years, don't be surprised if he's main eventing one of the nights of main event. But the match itself, I'll give it a generous 3. Wasn't much to it.
Rob.
I concur with Marcus. I gave this match a 3 as well. Actually, I thought that this match was a microcosm of the whole night, because I would have given this match 3.5, maybe 3 3/4 stars, if not for the giant shit that was taken on it at the end. Obafemi showed out, and Cody gave him so much, and it really highlighted not only Oba but NXT, and I really enjoyed that fact. But Oba looked fantastic in this match until the interference at the end, and I get what Marcus is saying, but in terms of the match itself, it's like having a great birthday cake decorated and candled and the whole 9 yards, and then having a gigantic hippo run into the room and take a giant shit on top of it.
Wow.
Otherwise it would have gotten like 3 3/4 stars for me, because the match was progressing that damn well, and Cody was really gelling with Oba until that rotten finish. So I'll give it the same 3 that Marcus gave.
Jake.
I think that Robert does not agree with everything that Marcus said, because the match had to end in a DQ, or at least turn into another match. I mean, Saturday Night Main Event. I think it would have been a great segue. Drew interferes, but then Brooklyn Brawler comes out, and then next thing you know, it's Femi and Brawler versus Rhodes and McIntyre, and then everyone's just really on another planet. No, I gave it 3. I agree with everything Marcus said, but it's more important that I'm saying it because I don't watch NXT. So I saw everything exactly like Marcus was saying. And for me, the first time that, I'm pretty sure it's the first time I saw Femi in the ring. I had seen him on the promo. I think it was Friday Night SmackDown, and I was interested in seeing the match once I saw that promo. So, yeah, it ranked higher than another match on the card.
Well, let me just say this. Obafemi was one of the first people on the show when they first came out, I raved about. I loved Obafemi since he's the first he stepped up in the roster. Obafemi has been tearing it up in NXT since, and now he's come up to the main roster and tore it up again. Cody Rhodes is a consummate professional. This man is always trying to show what the next talent has. He has no problem with sitting up there giving somebody something so they can shine and let the audience see what they have as well. I gave it higher. I gave it a 4 because of everything. And everybody's crapping on Drew McIntyre coming in and interfering in the match. I actually thought that was perfect because I was trying to figure out how it was going to end the match, because I'm like, Well, Open plays heel sometimes, but he also is loved by everybody in NXT. How in the heck are they gonna pull this off to where And Drew McIntyre was the perfect person to come in, interfere, and to smooth it out to where both of them can stand up tall. But we already see who Open's first opponent is going to be when he get up there. It's going to be Drew, and that matchup is going to be very, very good.
Did we
So
see Femi's finisher? Because I don't know what his finisher is, so I don't know if we saw it.
one of them was the choke slam. That choke slam he
Which
did
is a
is one
choke
of them.
slam.
It's like
Great.
He's
it's
got
kind of like a Batista bomb.
yeah. He's got.
I would have
another
liked
one
to
too.
see that on, at least on Drew, or at least see it on Cody with him about to win the match and then Drew interfere. I would have liked to see
No.
Yeah.
I want it hitting until he actually does it. I don't want it cut off.
You want. I wanted to fucking see it. So
I'm sorry about your luck, bro. But
Well, okay. Well, see, Bobby, you surprised me because I really thought that you would be the first person that would be pissed about that ending.
no, I was actually happy with it because it made sense to me. Now, if the Young Bucks came down there and super kicked over Femi, and Rio came and sat on his chest, yeah, I would have been pissed because it makes no sense. They shouldn't be doing something like that
Oh,
towards a guy like Femi. Drew McIntyre is the right size, right body type, right striking ability to give Femi some type of competition. So yeah, I saw that and I measured that and I said, yeah, perfect guy. So when he does come up to the roster, his first opponent is perfect for him. I'm
my
sorry.
problem.
Oh, go ahead.
My problem was not the the ending in and of itself. My problem was that you had to have a cop out ending in order to make both guys not look weak.
So
And
what type of
it
ending did you
see
want
it,
though? I mean, that's the only way they could have got out of it. They couldn't have held hands and skipped down and sung wedding songs all night. No, they couldn't have.
well, no, that's another issue entirely. But no, what I'm saying is that the the ending it but the interference didn't bother me. That's not what shit on the match. What shit on the match is that it's yet another way of making Cody look bad. And I don't know whether WWE Creative is doing it intentionally or not, but since day one of them having to put over Cody for the belt, they have made him look substandard at every step of the game. And this is just another example of it. And the fact that they had to book this match this way in order to keep Oba strong at Cody's expense just makes his title run look even worse than it already does. And that is highly frustrating. And like I said, it's like shitting on the birthday cake.
Okay, I don't mean to be trying to take up too much time on this but I gotta ask this question. I'm trying to figure out how did he look like crap? I mean, uh, the duties of a head guy, okay, not just a champion, but a head guy in a company, is to not only showcase what you can do, but showcase what the other guy can do, which means you're gonna get shit on a little bit. I mean, you got to get shit on so he can show his shit and show what type of person or wrestler or performer he can be. I'm trying to figure out how did that hurt. I think it enhanced Cody because he wasn't like Brock Lesnar and one of these greedy motherfuckers and everything's got to be my way. And if you don't like it, I'm going to go home and go to my farm and milk my cows. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
No. No, that's
maybe
not
I'm
what
missing
I
the
mean at
point.
all,
I don't
Bob.
know. Maybe I'm
No,
missing the point.
no, what I'm trying to say is that there's a difference between Flair losing a match in order to make somebody look good and walking out of it through shenanigans, and what was done to guys like Kofi Kingston and uh, and uh, Jey Uso when they've got the belts. There's a difference between Flair getting over and bringing somebody else with him, and Cody getting screwed over, steamrolled, and put upon in order in order to perpetuate the idea that he doesn't deserve the belt.
Okay,
There's a
let me try.
difference between those things, and I'm not saying WWE is doing it on purpose. Maybe they are, and maybe they're not, but that's the effect that it gives.
Now let me ask you two, Marcus and Jay. Either one of you can go. Do you think the same thing, or I
No,
don't know?
not at all. I mean, I don't think Cody's title run has been bad. I mean, I think they've made him look strong. I mean, he's beaten everybody pretty clean, and I thought this match, he made I think him and Oba came away looking strong, both of them. I think it was a good back and forth. They got this showcase, but more importantly, Oba came out looking strong. What was the whole? We all know what Cody can do already. So he as long as he didn't get squashed, I think it was fine.
Well, Tony
I'm
Motown Allen is chiming in here. They have booked Cody as the man for nearly a year. He is the face of WWE. Nobody has been booked better than Cody over the last 2 years. Not even Roman,
Mm,
Brock, Seth, not even Punk. Cody is the man. Well, Tony, wherever you're at, I will say this. I'll agree with you with one of those years. Yeah, yeah, one of those years I agree with you. He was booked as a man. The other one, not so much. I don't know what's going on with. I don't know what's going on with that year, but that one year, yeah, I will agree. He was booked like a champ, like the man. So
well,
here's my
Jake, am I way
here's
off
my
base here?
well, I think that Drew, if there was going to be an interference, it either had to go down the way that it did, or it had to go down with someone interfering to negatively impact Cody so that Femi wins the match. And Drew would have been the right pick for that too. I don't want to see Drew and Cody anymore. And I think that the way that it ended and went down, I only see the point of it if we're going to see Femi and McIntyre matched up next Friday on SmackDown. If they don't do that, then I really don't think it matters who in the hell it was. They have to move forward with it, and I think that Cody, um, there's they can do more with him. I don't want to see this rematch because of the interference. So, but as far as like picking Drew as the one to interfere, I don't really have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with Cody not winning, or I would have been happier if Drew had interfered to cause Cody to lose. I think that
that
would have,
too, yeah.
because let Femi get that win and let him go on and say what he's going to say. Give him a little bit more going into the Rumble, which is coming, and I'm sure he's in it.
Well,
So
I'm going to say this. Who? I mean, Femi's the dude, man, and
Yes.
you sitting up here and we looking at Drew. I don't think Drew and Femi's going to be on SmackDown next week. That's just too soon.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that.
at,
I
I
think
at
don't.
it's going to
least
be.
get him,
And hold on. I
at
actually think
least
it's
set
going
the
to be.
match up.
I actually think it's going to be an NXT pay per view that they're going to face each other at.
Oh, that sucks
That's,
for me because I won't watch it.
well, I know it sucks because some people don't watch NXT, but it's going to bring people over to watch NXT.
I
I
don't have the time. I finished Raw on Thursday.
I
Like,
understand. I understand, but I'm just saying
let's
that's
hey, let's
what they're
move.
going to do. They're going to
I
put it on
came here to shit on
NXT.
the Cena match. Let's move on to the next match.
Well, what I'm going to say is they're going to bring it to NXT. So then people can watch NXT. He's gonna bring more eyes over there because Drew is invading NXT. Oh my god, you know. And then
Well,
he's
who
gonna
gives a
challenge him
shit?
for the championship. It's gonna be NXT. It's gonna be Drew versus Oba for the NXT championship, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay,
Okay,
next. Who is
Okay.
the,
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I'm doing this. Dog it. Next matchup: Bailey taking on Sol Ruka. Woo! Jake, go first because I already know what Mark is gonna say.
Well, I mean, I thought it was a solid 3 of a match. I saw the ending coming. I do like, what is it, the Soul Snatcher. I like that move, and
I like the name.
it got pulled up. So yeah, I don't have that much to say. I missed whatever the outside interference was, if there was any. I know each of them had someone with them. I do know, because I've seen that other girl in Sol Ruka they tagged on Raw or SmackDown. I don't remember what it was, but I thought they were both impressive. They started talking a little bit about some storyline, but none of it happened. Who's the other girl that was out there with Sol Ruka?
Yeah, I forgot her name, but that's her
Yeah,
bodyguard
exactly.
type,
But
whatever.
they kept mentioning something about the two of them having some type of issue. So I could have seen a turn there, but they're both in NXT, and so the turn doesn't matter unless they're bringing them up to the main. So, but I thought the match was a solid 3. Anything around it, behind it, over and under, I don't give a shit.
Well, okay. I had to give this match 3 3/4, 3.75. Um, I have Sol Ruka is an amazing athlete. She could give Charlotte a run for her money in terms of pure athleticism, as well as the acrobatic background that she was showing. Just unbelievable skill on her. And this outing really impressed me. And again, Bailey gave her so much in terms of exposure that you got to hand it to her as well. I thought that both of them shone out. Um, Bailey taking the fall for her was great. The fact that they mentioned the dynamics of the relationship between everybody in the match was fine. And I don't know. I my only regret is that they can't figure out what they're doing with Bailey right now. Whether they want to turn her back or whether they want to keep her as a strong baby face. I wish
They
they
don't
could figure
fucking
that.
know.
Of course they don't. It's WWE creative. So, granted that problem, but the match itself dynamic. 3 3/4 for me. Uh, Marcus,
Oh
I
wait,
hate
real
to
quick
ask.
though, what do you think if I told you that it's starting to feel like Bailey is the new Natalia?
I would agree
As
with
if,
you 100%.
And
I
wow, Jake, you stole my thunder.
were you going to say
I
that
cannot
too? Really?
argue. I cannot argue that. I cannot. I see where you're going with that, and I
I
totally
know
agree.
Bobby feels
And
it's
it's
bullshit that
sad.
Natalia's never won a belt. Bailey has won belts, but I feel like they're just shutting it off. That she's just going to be her job is just to make everyone else look good and move that talent up. And I
They're
don't
going to
like it,
turn
but
her into Tito Santana.
or Natalia, yeah.
Yeah, jobber to the stars. That's a harsh thing to say about Bailey, but that might be the direction they're going in, which pisses me off because I have always liked Bailey. So, but yeah, you've got a very excellent point.
Oh, I know I do.
Um,
Thanks.
Beautiful. Marcus, dare we ask?
Well, no, it wasn't bad. I gave it 2.75. I almost gave it a
Hmm.
3. I just couldn't quite get there. I think Bailey was the perfect opponent for Sol Ruka because I mean Bailey's in ring is excellent. I don't think anybody's going to deny that, and she's a bigger name than Natty. So I think her Sol Ruka beating Bailey is made more of an impact for her. And like Obafemi, I think the creative sees big things for her. So this was to showcase her. That was a whole. Again, there was no other point of those first two matches was to showcase the NXT stars that they're going to be bringing up rather soon. Um, I think Bailey. I think Bailey is in a position of Natty right now because if I'm not mistaken, her contract is expiring soon. So I think they want to sign her, but so they don't want to completely shit on her, but just in case they do, then this because in case she does decide to go with her best friend to AEW, then yeah, we gonna keep you right there at that position to where you can make our young talent look good. I think that's the situation with Bayley. I think if she resigns, I don't be surprised if she gets one more title run. I think she's that good if she resigns with WWE. But I like the way the ending was. I mean, we all know the move, but the little screw job ending where she kind of what they say um maneuvered herself to put that bottom foot on the rope. Okay, so
Yeah.
there was just a little bit of chicanery to the ending where Bailey didn't get beat completely clean. I thought that was a great way to do it. You don't completely bury Bailey because I think they will if she resigns, they'll put her back in the main event picture again. But overall, yeah, 2.75. I thought Soruka looked really good in this match.
Mhm.
Well, this is. Let me see. How can I say this? This
Perfect.
is
Let's move on to the next match.
this is this is one of my other picks. That when I first saw her, she had my eyes bulging out of my head. The only difference between then and now is that the confidence that she has in that ring is completely different than when she first was in there. She feels that she owns that ring now. When she first got in there, she was very timid. But I think excuse me. I actually think it's a, it's a theme this whole night. It's a very big theme this whole night. And I'm going to speak about it on the second segment when we get to the second segment of the show. But other than that, Sol Ruka, Bailey, awesome match. Awesome match. I gave it a 4.25. This match was on
Wow.
point. This match was on point. You know I love women's wrestling anyway.
Yes.
But this match was on point. And what impressed me at the beginning was the chain wrestling at the beginning. That's something you don't see often from the women. And they perfected that chain wrestling like I don't know what. It was awesome. 4.25 all day long. I think it should have been higher. There's a couple of other things that just made it not perfect, but it deserves a 4. To me, it deserves at least a 4, but 4.25 for me. It was on point.
It
Okay.
looks like we
before we
lost
go to the next
Marcus temporarily.
Do we know how to interact with the chat on this new
I'm actually
platform?
looking right now.
All right, yeah, figure that out because I'm not sure what Clayton's trying to say, but just want to let him know that he can start his own podcast if he doesn't understand how we're talking about this shit. But we'd love to have you. I just don't know what the fuck you're trying to say.
Anyway,
Hey, I'll start with the next match. Two people from NXT versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, one of the weirdest tag teams to ever be formed. The only positive. Hold on, I'm
go
going
ahead.
first. The only positive is that was it. Yeah, it was on Friday. Was it Friday Night SmackDown? I don't know. They had a match where they do this new AJ Styles where they throw Dragon Lee like sets the guy up or throws him into AJ Styles to set him up for the. It's
For the
blanking me, but
Styles
AJ.
Clash.
Yeah, the Styles exactly the Styles Clash, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't know why they didn't do it last night. They had it set up for it. They let it not happen, and it was outside the ring, and it would have been brutal and fantastic. Um, the Phenomenal Forum has always made me nervous, and last night was the reason why. Styles fucked it up, but it's hard to say that he fucked it up when I can't even get into the fucking ring. So they covered it as best as they could. I think one of the guys went down as if he was getting hit, but the cameras did a good job of hiding that if that is what happened. I mean, I give the match like a 2.5. I thought it was pretty standard average, but I was a little disappointed at some of the things that didn't happen. I don't think the winner mattered.
Well, strangely enough, Jake, this was my match of the night.
I know it was. I knew this was coming. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gave this 4 stars. By the way, Devon Evans and Slater, only one of them is from NXT. I mean, not NXT. One of them is from NXT. The other is from TNA. Slater is like the X Division champion right now.
Yeah.
Which kind of pisses me off that he took the fall but we'll get to that in a little bit. But Evans and Slater, they were a phenomenal team, and Styles and Lee are just fantastic, and the fact that they just threw everything out there was it just wowed me. The pace of the match was great, and it was like watching an NXT match, and I appreciated that for what it was, especially since the last few Saturday night's main events that they've refused to put matches on like that. So I really appreciated that for what it was. But it would have gotten higher if not for that the 1 or 2 picadillos, including AJ missing the phenomenal forearm. From the way that they covered that on commentary, they did cover the mistake well. So, botches happen even with a guy like Styles. So, other than a couple of things, this match was fantastic. I gave it 4, and it was my match of the night. I think we've temporarily lost Marcus, or at least his visual. So, Bobby, what did you think of this?
All right. There's some explanations on this match, and this is something when I just watched it with Tony last night. I was explaining to him before the match. I was explaining a couple of way back, and then I also explained it last night, that people don't realize when it comes to the ring of WWE. WWE is not designed as a high flying ring.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. Where the heck is he at?
I don't. Yeah.
The ring right now, there's a difference in the ring ropes. One is made out of steel cables, and the other one is made out of natural rope. WWE uses the natural rope,
Right.
which is dangerous. It's a little bit more dangerous than using the steel cable. The rope does not have a basic solid foundation as when you use the actual cables. TNA uses cables. I mean, actually, everybody else uses cables except WWE. So those high-flying maneuvers are a lot more difficult to pull off when you get that sag in the ring, when they've been worn for a little bit. You're not going to get the same spring off of them. You got a lot more slippage, things of that nature. So I was already prepared for something to happen with all these 4 guys getting there, because these guys just fly. They don't sit around. They don't play games. They fly. They jump around, and they do a lot of stuff. The match itself, though, I loved it, and I don't like these type of matches that often. Sometimes I think that it lacks a lot of continuality when it comes to pro wrestling. It's all air and doing stunts instead of making the match make sense. But they made the match make sense, and that's why I liked it. It was high flying, but the match made sense. I gave this a 3.75. Highly enjoyed this match. I think it was ironic that you had the very first X Division champion, AJ Styles, in there with the current X Division champion, which happens to be the youngest X Division champion ever. I thought that was ironic and a crossing of the paths. Um, Dragon Lee can always be in somebody's X Division because he's got that type of ability. This was an excellently paired matchup, and I could see with AJ Styles going out that they wasn't going to pin Javon Evans because of his come up. The only choice they had was dude. I think if it was a 6-man, that person would have got it. But I mean, it is what it is. 3.75. They showed out, and both of them made a name for themselves. I'm waiting on the cruiserweight division to come up so these guys can go against each other.
Well, since Marcus ain't on here, let the record show that he agrees with everything I said before we move on to the next one.
And then we'll stop you from drinking. All right, next matchup.
I got unsweet tea, so I'm good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next matchup is the big boy, the Ring General, Gunther. See, I can say it better than Don Ring announcer. Takes on.
Who's going first?
17, the man of the show, the man of the hour.
The get off all television man. The GOAT. Get off all television.
The man Nikki Bella can see.
Oh dear God! Thank you for joining us on FTW. That's a merciful one.
All right, you want me to say what I know you're going to say, and then I'll tell you why that's wrong.
Well, that depends. Whoa! What
perfect.
the hell?
I don't know what's wrong with my
thank
camera.
you for watching.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back out,
Marcus,
guys.
you need to reverse your. You need to reverse your camera.
Oh, shit. Hold on, man. Here, I'm gonna go back out.
See, John Cena screws up everything.
You know, Marcus doesn't know that we're required to sit at some type of desk. We're not supposed to be laying in our bed. All right, listen, I'm going to go ahead and spill my shit on this match, all right? I'm not I really don't think I can give it a number, but here's what I know. I know that everyone was expecting Cena to lose because it's how you pass the torch. I'm here to tell you that's a load of fucking bullshit. If that was what was supposed to happen, is Cena lose to pass the torch, this should have been LA Knight. Instead, they went with, I'm just going to say Gunther. I don't want to do the Gunther thing. Here's the deal. Gunther, right now, is one of, if not the biggest heel in WWE. That's my opinion, with how he's fucking dominated people and choked them the fuck out. They set this up for Cena to fulfill every one of those little kids' dreams of him never giving up. If he was to lose this match, it should have been powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb. The choke out, the tap out, it's a bunch of shit. And he, even did the 1, 2, and then, it's up there, and he even did this, and everyone's going crazy and shit. He should have beat the shit out of Gunther. He did an AA off the table. He did an avalanche AA. He did all these different variations. I was hoping to see him copy some other people's finishes like he's done throughout the year. And hi, I'm Marcus. Man, you gotta figure this shit out, Bobby.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Goodness. Now
It's
you
all
got him
good.
right in front of just the Jew. You see, this is what us Jews
Oh
have to
my
deal with
God.
is, just being okay. Good job. Just leave him. Don't fucking touch it. That's great. Anyway,
Shut the
my
fuck
point is this.
Yeah.
My point is this. If Gunther were to win, it needed to be in devastating fucking fashion. Not this Jey Uso tap out. Not this, I'm going to put the sleeper on you 6 times, and on the 6th time, I'm going to tap you out. This is where matching these two up, Cena should have won the match. He should have not tapped out, won the match, however he wins the match, and all the kids could say, John Cena, my hero, who never gives up. Instead, they're going with this whole, they did a tap out, so he was letting all the fans know that he was so appreciative, and he's tapping out. And I've read online like he was looking around the whole arena before he was smiling and then tapping. And look, we know it's just a show. Okay, at the end of the day, it's just a show, and we're on here for fucking fun. We're on here to destroy, whatever plans may be coming. We're here to, ridicule different shit that they do. The ending of this match was absolute fucking garbage. And by the way, Robert, unless I fell asleep, Cena did not address the crowd afterwards. So if you don't, do you know what happened with the belts? Like CM Punk and Cody gave him.
We're going to go into that on the second part.
That was so fucking dumb, especially with him having lost.
Okay.
So anyway,
we're going to that in the second part.
That's great. I still fucking said it, so I said it first. Anyway, if I have to give the match a rating, honestly, I'd give it a 2. The ending, I think, was the worst choice they could have made.
Marcus, do you want to hit this or should I?
No, that was too easy. Never mind.
I'm a crybaby. I'm looking at the chat. Sorry, Marcus. This guy Clayton, we should have him on next week so we can hear all of his opinions.
No, I thought the match was fine. I'm a Gunther fan, so
me too.
So to me, Gunther reminds me of Ric Flair, as like having a world title is part of his gimmick to me. And without Gunther having a world title, I don't see him being a mid card guy or a guy just, wrestling, so to me, by him beating Cena decisively, that's keeps him very strong until they decide to put the world title back on him. Now, the parts I didn't like about this match, it's like with every Cena match, all the kickouts of his finishing move, and that's one thing. And another thing that kind of bugs me is they pulled out some AEW type shit. First of all, if I'm not mistaken, isn't getting thrown through a table in a regular match supposed to be a DQ? I mean, has that changed? If unless it's just some kind of no disqualification or street fight or some shit, getting thrown through a table is a DQ. So I was like, okay.
The announce table are you talking about the announce table? Because
Yeah.
I think that's just looked at differently because it's the same thing as throwing him into the steps. But even that, I think, used to be a DQ. Okay. So they've
and the referee gave it discretion because it was Cena's last match, and he didn't want to disqualify anybody.
And then what bugs me is if you're getting thrown through a table, why are you kicking out at 3? See that's that kind of shit that happens too much in wrestling. To me, that just bugs me, But that maybe that's just a personal thing. I don't know. But again, to me, I mean, I counted 6 kickouts of the AA. So that's just way too many. Getting out of the sleepers. That's been like almost every Cena match in the comeback. 3-4 kickouts of the finishing moves. That's just annoying to me. But I'm personally glad that Gunther won by tap out um to be kept strong. So now he has something he could brag about for the next 5-6 months. Yeah, I ended Cena's career. Yada 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 yada. So,
but Marcus, did he need that? He's already a 2-time champion. He can continue destroying people. I just don't think that he needed this. And I want
Okay.
to just quickly tell Motown that I agree with everything you're saying except for the Gunther part.
See,
Gunther didn't need it, in my opinion.
I think,
LA Knight needed it and should have gotten it.
but see, I just for a time being, to me, because I'm of the opinion that his character almost, is not as good without having a world title. He can use this for right now in place of that world title to be made like a top heel. I think, because I've thought about that. Like, if not Cena, then if not Gunther, then who? Now the perfect opponent would have been, but of course he's not in WWE. Is MJF would have been a perfect opponent to get that, but that wasn't the option. In my opinion, I don't think, if not Gunther, Breaker didn't need it. I don't think what's his name, the other Braun. I don't think he needs it right now. I don't think
What
anybody
about
else.
LA Knight?
See, I'm not a big LA Knight fan, so yeah, you asking the wrong person there. In theory, okay, yeah, I could see LA Knight, but for whatever reason, WWE has blackballed him, so he would have never got it. So it is what it is. I mean, if if I could see what you're saying, if they would use that to turn him heel and push him to a title, then okay, I agree. I would have agreed with you if that's, but obviously that's not their thinking. But I'm fine with Gunther getting it personally. Uh-oh.
There's not a whole lot more that I can say outside of the obvious here. I gave this match 1 star, and that is only for Walter. Not fucking Gunter, Walter. That's who the guy is. That's what he came up as. That's what I call him. Now, I don't think that anyone really benefits from winning the booby prize tournament in order to be part of this damn match. I really don't. Because I like LA Knight, but WWE Creative wants him to sell Slim Jims, not be a champion. So, him getting into this match, win, lose, or draw, would not have helped him any more than it did Walter. And the match itself was the same kind of paint by numbers shit that John Cena has done throughout his entire career. Shit that I have never liked, could never stand, and has basically wasted my time for 20 years. This guy was semi-retired already before any of this shit took place. WWE was running out of people that had any credibility in the main roster, and so they had to drag this guy out for one last tour, especially since Hollywood went on strike and this guy couldn't make any more shitty movies. So now he's going to go off and make more shitty movies now that he's done with this. Let me say for the record that when Walter, pardon my language, when Walter gets 2 clotheslines that they put on the goddamn highlight reel, you know that the match sucks. Especially when you get 2 5-knuckle shuffles.
He went for
Everybody
3
wanted.
though. He went for 3.
Oh, God.
And with
One was.
Gunther, I think it was like 6 clotheslines in a row that he kept
Yeah.
asking the referee to ask him to quit. It was weird.
Well, yeah, well, both were one too many. The 5-knuckle shuffle is the 3rd most idiotic move in professional wrestling history. But be that as it may, I am so fucking glad that this bullshit is over. But I'm not counting on it being over. Cena versus Rock was supposed to be once in a lifetime, but it ended up being twice in a year. I can almost guarantee that they're going to drag Cena's ass out for WrestleMania, if not for either putting him in the Hall of Fame or for giving him one last damned match just so that he can go over once. Yeah, but Jake, I agree with you that that ending sucked, but it sucked because that's what Cena is. Cena sucks. And if the crowd, if the fan base of WWE had any balls left, like they did 10, 15 years ago, then half the crowd would have given him the Lita treatment on the way out. But no, I'm sick of John Cena. This whole thing has been a goddamn disaster, and it makes me sick that they used it in order to break Flair's record, which seems to be the only damn thing that came out of this with any degree of competency. So I'm glad the guy's gone. The match was garbage. I never want to see him again. I never wanted to see him in the first place. So one damn star, and that's all for Walter.
And with all due
Okay.
respect, one big positive is we don't need to listen to that fucking rant ever again either, right? It's not a bad rant, Robert, but it's not. I've heard you rant the same thing 4 times when it comes to John Cena, respectfully. And it's probably a breath of relief for you because you're probably done fucking ranting about Cena as well.
Well, considering the audience that the audience reaction of last night, that the rant bears repeating. But Mr. No Fun has to come out when things suck that bad. It's like I said before, it's like the whole card was like a great birthday cake, and then that match comes in like a hippo with diarrhea and shits all over it. It was terrible. It was absolutely fucking horrible to me. Bobby, eviscerate me.
Okay. I'm kind of shocked at the reaction that most people are giving towards this match. And this leads, and the reason why I want to wait on speaking on some of this because my answer leads into the second segment, which I'm glad I'm going last. This whole show was not about just Cena retiring.
We know that bullshit already. It's about the new
No,
talent.
you don't. No, you don't.
Go ahead. Oh,
like
no.
I was saying.
Oh, no. I thought you froze, bud.
This whole show was not about Cena retiring and things of this nature. This whole show was to send a message. If you listened to when he lost, and as you know, Robert Black, as a commentator, you push the narrative on a lot of things that the company is doing. You push the narrative on the superstar that's supposed to get over. You push the narrative on the pay-per-views that's supposed to get over and people buy tickets. You push the narrative on the fans that's in the stands that's famous so you can say, I got them here. They pushed a narrative last night that 90% of the people seemed like they were Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, or Helen Keller and didn't get to see them, get to see it. And they actually gave you the answer right there in your face. When Michael Cole made the statement, professional wrestling just killed sports entertainment tonight. Now, it took me a while to figure that out. But if you think about it, and you think about the steps all the way down to now, first of all, I'm going to say right now, I'm sorry to Triple H. I'm sorry to The Rock. Because I blindly did not see this coming and thought, okay, you guys are freaking dumb for what you said. You're freaking dumb for disappearing like you did The Rock. You're stupid for having Travis Scott there. You're stupid for doing this. You're stupid for, but once you think about it, it all went in line to make sense. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon had a very good night last night after this. This right here was killing everything that Vince McMahon stood for. Think about it. Vince McMahon would never, ever, ever say the phrase pro wrestling as long as he was in charge because he did not like the pro wrestling aspect of the business. We all know Triple H loved that part of the business. He had Ric Flair by his side. He had other guys by his side that loved pro wrestling within itself. And believe me, he wasn't hanging around Ric Flair just getting drunk. Because Stephanie wasn't having an after party. We know how that was going down. He was learning stuff from Flair. He was learning the traditions from Flair. He was learning what the business was about back then and how to figure out how to bring it back. Helwani, all of these board guys from TKO had the same mindset. That's why if you remember when we discussed the board of TKO buying it, remember what I said is how was they going to work? Because they had two different mindsets of wrestling. This was a message. The goofy stuff is over to a point. The reason why he choked out Cena, because they choked the life out of sports entertainment. That's why you've seen a lot of the NXT guys at the show. Because think about how they train the NXT guys. Think about Vince McMahon not wanting the NXT guys because what was his complaint? They're not going to mess with what I do here because it's sports entertainment, not wrestling. How many times have we discussed this on this show?
So how did
he would not put those? Wait, Jake, I'm not done. He would not sit up here and promote those people because they did not fit well with the sports entertainment part of it. Triple H and Shawn Michaels have always been about the pro wrestling part of it. So now, here we go. Saturday night's main event. Perfect venue to where when Cena leaving, you can kill off all the the big time sports entertainment stuff. You can still have your corporate sponsors, whatever. Rob, you're just going to have to live with that. That's going to stay. But the actual aspect of the wrestlers with their with the sports entertainment thing inside of them is going to be fading off very soon. This was a message. Cena getting choked out was a message. Gunther winning, think about Gunther, was a message. He's not the typical pro wrestler that Vince McMahon promotes. He's the old school kickback. Was a message. This was all a statement to move on to the next era. And the way they did it was fucking genius. They fooled everybody. They put that out there, and they didn't want to do it because Vince had they still want to go through because guess what? Now Stephanie and Triple H can go to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner with Vince and Linda because now they can say, well, it wasn't us, it was the TKO board. They're the ones who did it. We didn't do it. All of it fits too well. It was perfect. The match itself, you know what? 3.75, 3.5. But if you take the meanings and you take the definitions of everything that they did, and Rob, as you know, as being a commentator, they're not going to say a statement like that if they didn't mean anything. And that's why I was shocked of what you just said. Because I thought you would have picked, as being a commentator, I thought you would have picked that up the first thing. Pro wrestling just killed sports entertainment. And it did.
Hey, can I ask you my questions, Bobby?
What's up?
Number one, is that going to mean Randy Orton needs to change his line?
What do you
RKO,
mean?
RKO's the number one whatever in all of sports entertainment. I'm kind of picking on you for that one. But my real questions were, where does the R-Truth Ms. Hendry segment fit into what you're saying? And number two, if they wanted to kill sports entertainment, it's hard for me to believe that the way that match ended was more powerful than power slamming the fuck out of John Cena. How Gunther has beaten other people before with 1, 2, 3 power slams in a row, power bombs in a row. I would have liked to really see a decimation. So,
Okay. The symbolism between the decim, and I get what you're saying, because with Gunther doing the power bombs, like you said, would have destroyed him. I would have understood that. But then you would have had less people understanding than the 10%. Because choking the life out of somebody is a lot worse than just slamming them and beating them to death.
but he wasn't out when it was released. Like, he didn't
I
pretend
know,
to be
and
out.
Cena fucked that up.
Yeah.
Cena fucked that up. I ain't gonna lie about that one.
There's no impact on it.
But also, in addition, and Clayton makes a very good point on this. Cena did lose to a true wrestling move, which fits the narrative of what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it. But remember, one of the beautiful things about, like, the reason why we're even on this fucking podcast, and I've done it before, you know, you and me, Bobby, on the side, we've sent each other predictions for matches, and we're both like, oh yeah, that would really make a lot of fucking sense. You know, like, so yeah, a sleeper hold. But a sleeper hold was really, I think, only used as when it was someone's finisher. To finish the match.
He finished it.
And he was able to turn that into a finisher over the course of the last, I don't know, year, choking people out.
Okay, so but think about this. Think about this.
I wasn't surprised.
This is my point, though. Listen to the time frame you said that. It's the last year, right?
Yeah, but Cena, after they're not bringing him back.
Wait. The last year, right?
Right.
And think about when this plan started coming together to get this done. Everything started from that period of time.
Well, yeah. Except when they realized they fucked up making Cena a heel, unless that was really his plan, was to say, hey, I'm just going to do a bout face 6 months in. Just for
no, that's what it was.
Because I'm Cena and I can. I mean, that fucked with everyone's mind. Like, what happened?
Basically, yeah.
And I said that I don't know how long I've been joining this podcast on, like.
No, you said that. You did say that. You did say that.
But when Robert had his first rant about the Cena tour, I remember saying, why are they doing this? Because they fucking can. Because Cena can do whatever the fuck he wants. New merch in every single city. Those sales through the fucking roof for Cena, for WWE, whatever the split is with them. Who the fuck knows? But he was able to do whatever the fuck he wanted. So I even know that the ending of last night's match, you know, I mean, it was his thought about it. It's his fucking career. It's how he wants to go down. I just thought that it could be a moment. I thought that him winning and beating this ring general, this guy that's been plowing through fucking everybody, especially the upset of going through that tournament and then defeating him, okay? It could have been one of those absolutely monumental moments for every child wrestling fan that loves John Cena because their parents probably love John Cena because that's how long he's been doing this. It could have been that monumental moment that would stick in their head and make them permanent wrestling fans. For me, when think to yourself, actually, like those moments back when you first started to love wrestling. One of mine is really, you say whatever you want. I would love to see Clayton's comment when I say this, but one of my most memorable memories is when Rick Rude was on the fucking blue steel cage, and I think it was Ultimate Warrior, but I could be wrong, but kind of pulled his pants down, right? And it just stuck in my head that his pants came down. It was so fucking hilarious. It was one of the best moments I ever remember. And that was just one of those things. Cena
So wait a
could
minute.
have.
Your favorite moment in wrestling?
No, my favorite moment in wrestling. No, I'm just saying.
It's the Ultimate Warrior.
It was one of those things where he's
Thank
hanging
you
from
for
the fucking
joining us
cage.
on FTW Future Focus.
Listen, there's big moments that happen, and I understand they don't have to happen on someone's retirement. But the way that they set this up is that he could have really been like the fucking hero to beat this guy on his last day, going through the 6 fucking chokeholds, going through. And thank God, the one thing I was happy with was the dinosaur dropkick, because I always loved that. That shit's fucking awesome.
Hold on.
But
if they had Gunther win this match, it would have made an ass out of Gunther. We're just gonna leave it at that.
I do think it was Macho and Rick Rude. I didn't think it was Warrior. It was either Macho Man or Mr. Perfect. I couldn't remember.
Still, somebody's ass.
All right.
I mean, it was the 90s, and I had it on a VHS, man. I had the Superstars VHS. It had that match.
Oh, so you was rewinding.
Well, there were times when Rude lost his pants during with Piper in the cage at MSG, but that could have been the one, because be that as it may, Bobby, I understand where you're coming from.
That's all.
No, but once again, if you were writing this, then I would agree with you. But I have absolutely no faith whatsoever in, especially after the last year of crap that you just mentioned that WWE has been pulling, including the out of control sponsorships and all of this other shit. And Jake brought up a good point about that god awful fucking Joe Hendry spot right before the main event.
Oh God!
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But if it were you in charge of this and you had planned all of this out, then I would agree with you 100%. But it's WWE creative can fuck up a cup of coffee, and I have no confidence that anything that comes out of Michael Cole's mouth, especially, is going to be the direction that the company is ultimately going to go in.
No.
Bobby,
Why did you have to mention Joe Henry? See, this is the thing. Wait. Clayton's my boy. Clayton is my boy. And guess what happened? He mentioned Joe Henry again. I'm sick of that dude.
God damn it. How do we post in the chat? Because I was right.
Okay.
I was right. It was Ultimate Warrior. I gave it to the group chat, but it was Ultimate Warrior because the world needs to know.
Rick Rude at SummerSlam 90.
SummerSlam 90, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, but Bobby, I'm not saying this to disparage your idea. Your idea is fantastic for how WWE could move forward, and the fact that they showcased NXT the way that they did last night, I completely agree with all of that, and I want the company to move in that direction. But I don't believe for a second, after all the times that we have been lied to by WWE's creative team before and after Vince McMahon, that they would ever do what you suggest, at least not for the long term. They've
Well,
done this
I'm
shit
gonna I'm
before.
gonna say I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna go on the record again and saying Joe Henry is a cult leader. I don't trust him.
Oh.
Joe Henry is somebody we're gonna see on 60 Minutes. Somebody he got 15 bodies in the basement. I don't trust him. I don't trust his song. I don't believe in Joe Henry. Stop saying his name. Somebody hit that man with a chair as soon as he pops up. Hit him with something. I'm tired of seeing
Okay.
Joe
Okay.
hit. What the heck? I can't get away from this dude. God.
Okay. That segment, though, with the motivational wrestler who shall not be named, that segment alone that they sandwiched in there is a slap in the face indication that what they're saying and what they're producing are going to be two different things. The only reason that Michael Cole said that on commentary is because they are desperate to get people to stay on after Cena's departure. There is a segment of WWE's fan base that wanted to see that asshole. And they are all going away after last night. And so they're
Oh yeah,
trying to
it was
get
said. It's been said.
older
People have not watched.
and,
Are not
and
watching.
and so they're trying to get older fans back by saying the forbidden words pro wrestling. But after all the times we've been burned when WWE said they were going to change, under Vince and after Vince, it doesn't matter. As long as the philosophy is still there, it doesn't matter if the old man is there or not. But bottom line, I will believe it when I see it, unless the significant changes that you talked about happened. And I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Bobby, but I have said this before and I'll say it again. You have more brains in your little finger than WWE's creative has in their whole damn repertoire. And if I don't trust it for a second, WWE will fuck this up. No matter what Michael Cole said, I don't believe it for a minute.
Well, I just got to ask.
Marcus, yeah,
Yeah, I
give
just
us
got to
some
ask you one
sanity.
question, Bobby. With WrestleMania coming up in 4 months, 2 nights, do you really think in your heart of hearts we're not going to see any kind of celebrity involvement in
Hold on, listen. I didn't say it was gonna be completely cut out. I
sports
said it's gonna be
entertainment?
reduced,
That's sports entertainment, Bobby.
but it's
That's
gonna be reduced.
okay. It might be reduced, but it's not dead. It's not. It's not. It's never going to be dead. It's WWE. It's never. It's
See,
World
I
Wrestling.
don't think it's I don't think it's going to even be reduced. Not for long.
I mean, the name.
Maybe for a month or two, but by the time we get to the road to WrestleMania, we're going to be right back in this shit again.
I mean, the name's in the title, World Wrestling Entertainment. It's not. It's not going anywhere. Now, they may be more of a pro wrestling based product, but you're going to get celebrity. They're going to get the athlete in there. You're going to see them making the rounds. I mean, goddamn, RB Emanuel is the biggest agent in the world, owns the company. I
True.
mean, I mean. So the entertainment part is not going anywhere. I hate to disappoint you because I wish you were right, but no, it's not going.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That's true. We will.
That statement is just made out of the blue for bullshit. I think they're gonna tone it down. Like I said, they will never cut it completely out. They never will. But it will be toned down. And I'm sorry. Yeah, Joe Henry's
I
a
mean, it
cult leader.
started a while ago with most people using their real names or using names that are like not like the Phantom, right? You know, you've got all of these guys where even Bronson Reed, right? Like that's a regular name, but that's the name that he uses. A lot of them using like a first and last name instead of some kind of character name. I think that plays a lot into the entertainment value being lost, but it's a lot more about people just not believing the bullshit anymore. The storylines, like it's funny when they do. I think it was on Facebook the other day. The Boogeyman uh, scaring people, scaring other wrestlers during a Halloween thing or whatever, and like that's fun and everything because everyone remembers the Boogeyman, but they ain't gonna have people coming out eating worms anymore. I mean, or anything like that. A lot of face paint doesn't happen anymore. The MFTs are bringing it back a bit. They should have it on at all times, I think, because I don't remember um, fucking I don't know tag teams that
Well,
always
let's
have
face it. The fundamental fact is that professional wrestling has always had stupid comedy angles. There have always been things in wrestling that have been ridiculous at some stage. But my God in heaven, for the 90% of what happened in the ring was at least credible at certain stages in the game. And I this is my problem with sports entertainment is that when you take the action away from what is supposed to be happening in the ring and you make what's happening in vignettes and everything else the focus of the program, it's no longer wrestling anymore and it sucks. It's like when you go to an amusement park and you go to those side shows that have like music numbers and magic acts. That is to entertain people for just a little bit before you get on the roller coasters for the real entertainment. But in pro wrestling, the goddamn roller coaster is what happens in the ring, and that's the rest of the shit is supposed to emphasize that. But the way WWE does it, the theme park musicals are the real fucking entertainment, and it ain't. That's my whole point. When you emphasize that shit, it turns all of it into a joke. And when WWE trains people to actually want that, it destroys the essence of professional wrestling. Now, Bobby, I hope that you're right in that they are trying to de emphasize that, but I don't believe them. I think they're lying to us again in order to try to make up for the fact that they're running out of the marquee names and that they refuse to make names like LA Knight that should be marquee, but they won't.
Hey,
I
I
don't believe
believe it when I see it.
I don't believe in Joe Henry either. So I got you.
Bobby, so
Uh,
you know this Clayton individual that's having fun with
Yeah,
us in the chat today.
yeah.
Hey, so
oh yeah.
next time you see Clayton in his Joe Hendry shirt, you can let him know that LA Knight was a United States champion.
Yeah, I know.
Well, see, I
Him
don't
and his
believe in Joe Hendry, but I acknowledge him. I
him and
acknowledge Joe
him
Hendry.
But do you
him and his
believe
wife.
in him?
Hold on, him and his wife tortured me about Joe Henry.
Oh,
Him
Say
and
it
his wife
again,
do it.
is
anyway,
that a Joe Hendry thing? I don't get this shit.
Him and his
I
wife
don't
both
know.
team up on me about this Joe Henry stuff. I don't.
Wait, did Clayton go to Raw with us? So do I know Clayton? Because
I
you
don't
mentioned
know.
his. Yeah, you didn't say world
Well,
champion though, dude. You said champion, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
he
put
is
you in
a
the
world
paper
champion.
everything.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Oh,
Well,
I'm trying to get over to Joe Henry. Anyway,
anyway,
Clayton, I'm just having
so
fun, man.
let's.
from what
I
we
don't take
saw
any of
last
this
night,
personally.
we had two people come up from NXT. Well, actually, sorry about that. Four. Well, technically three,
Yeah.
and then one from TNA. come up
Yes.
and face the main roster. Out of those 4, who do you think is going to make the bigger splash in the WWE main roster?
Femi. Well, if they play it right, it'd be Femi, but I think I would say Sol Ruka's got a really good shot. And dare I say, I think she's more athletic than Charlotte. Especially, I mean, I don't know Sol Ruka's age, but I'm assuming a decade younger than Charlotte. I think if they play her right, she's got a. I didn't really like the cartwheel on the top rope thing. It was kind of cringy, but at the same time, it was doing different, and she's athletic. So
Cringy?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that she did was, and I would concur, actually.
you know what I'm talking about?
If-
The cartwheel on the top rope into a what I don't know what it was. DDT.
It was a DDT.
Maybe?
Yeah,
I would've
she
been-
cartwheeled into a DJ. That was awesome.
I thought it felt a little cringy to me. Even when I was waiting for the replay and I saw it, I'm like, eh. But that Soul Snatcher is not only a great fucking name for a move. I don't know if that move existed before. I never seen it until I saw her do it. I love that shit all day long.
Sol Ruka is
The first
26
time-
years old.
How old?
Cool.
26.
26.
I'm telling you, like
That's from Tony Motown Island. Sol Ruka is 26 years old.
oh no, that's just what he
Out
said
of-
she
out
was after.
Yeah.
I don't
Out of
know.
everyone that was showcased from NXT and TNA last night,
Over a decade.
I have to agree that Ruka is probably the one that's going to go the farthest. It should be Oba. Oba Femi should be the next big thing in WWE, but I'm afraid they're like everything else. I don't trust creative not to screw him up. I am disappointed in the fact that Slater, the X Division champion for TNA, had to take the fall to AJ Styles. Every time a TNA talent shows up in NXT or anywhere else affiliated with the WWE, they job out.
Okay,
And
but in
I've
that
still
match,
got
who
a
do you have
problem
take the
with
ball? Devon Evans that they put in the rocket behind? No, he had to. It was just by default. They had to have him.
Well, then they should have given him a different partner because TNA in general looked like dog shit last night.
No,
One
they
of
did
their
not.
major stars was in a shitty vignette, and their X Division champion got pinned in granted a great match, my match of the night, but still, TNA is always made to look like an inferior product next to both WWE and NXT. It's a toxic relationship they never should have gotten into.
Hold on, but let me say this. He did get pinned by AJ Styles. Tony did remind me of that.
Say that.
So that's the best. That's the best guy you can get pinned by is AJ Styles.
Well,
Right.
okay,
biggest
look,
star
there's
kick-
no shame in.
Well, hold on. Let me take that back. I'd rather be pinned by Rhea Ripley, but we'll go there later.
We don't
Thank
have
you
to.
for joining us on it. Oh, good Lord.
I don't know if I want
look,
to be pinned by Rhea with Io always around.
Hey, that could be
Look,
fun.
there is no shame in losing to AJ Styles. That's not my point. The
There's no
point
shame
is
in being
that
pinned by Rhea
they-
Ripley either.
no, there isn't. Thank you for joining us on FTW. No, my point is that they forced the situation. They should have booked it a completely different way, to a way to where they didn't have to make a guy from TNA, especially someone with a title, look like shit by being the only person in a match capable of taking a fall. That's a creative, stupid ass mistake.
They were kind of back to a wall because you already had interference in one. You had a couple of things happen in another. So
I gotta say something.
Rob.
Oh, good Lord.
Rob. Hey guys.
Who is that?
TNA shined yesterday. Because you know why? I don't
Oh.
watch TNA. I do not watch TNA. I had no idea who the fuck Leon Slayer was until last week, the Iron Survivor Series. After seeing him in the Iron Survivor Series, which he did not win, and after seeing him yesterday, even though he lost, I'm like, damn, this kid is good. It put eyes on the kid. I didn't know who the fuck he was until I just saw him in WWE, even though he's taking
Hey,
L.
watch your
Looking
fucking
good.
mouth on this podcast. You understand? We don't let that foul fucking language fly in this goddamn motherfucking podcast. You understand?
I forgot the shit changed.
What the fuck you mean?
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Good
And
God
so
Almighty.
I will put it on her like this.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh, good God
That's
in
all I got,
heaven.
though, Rob. But honestly, though, Rob, it put good eyes on the kid, though. The kid got a chance to show what he could do.
Yeah, but it didn't
Rhea
put
Ripley
eyes
didn't
on
need to show what she could do.
TNA. It made TNA look like dog shit,
Nah,
like an inferior promotion, and it
I
ain't.
disagree with that one.
I disagree, too, because it made me more interested.
Right, because that wasn't the time
Well,
to promote TNA. At that
I see you guys later.
well, it's not the first time that the whole world has disagreed with me. So there you go.
And if Rhea Ripley fit me, TNA will go up.
Thank you for joining us on FT. Oh dear God.
You and Rhea are almost
Okay.
the same color.
Hey.
Thank you for joining. Oh wow! See, Motown gets involved, and we double the drop on. Thank you for joining us. Holy shit balls! Okay, let's move on to moment of the week.
Yes.
I'll go first since I've been. My moment of the week was hearing some updates on the Netflix buying Warner Brothers Discovery situation. Apparently, it is not a completely done deal for a few reasons. Number one, because there's some antitrust allegations that are being thrown around that may stop the deal in its tracks. Number two, Paramount may be hosting a hostile takeover that will prevent the deal from happening so that they can take over internally.
$121 billion being offered.
Well, either way, they're mounting a hostile takeover within the company that could prevent it from happening. And third, Hollywood in general is apparently up in arms about this sale because millions of jobs are on the line that could be lost if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers Discovery. So all of that factors into hopefully quashing the deal so that WWE will not get their monopoly back through a backdoor proxy and fuck up fuck up any chance that we have of having a professional wrestling in the world outside of WWE. So that was my moment of the week, hearing that there's some sunlight at the end of that tunnel, hopefully. Jake, do you have a moment this week?
Yeah, and I have an apology to all of our listening audience when we started talking about the WWE PLEs going to ESPN Plus and me telling everyone that it was a wonderful thing without knowing that you needed to upgrade to ESPN Unlimited. So this weekend, my moment of the week is I have ended my relationship with ESPN Plus, even though I'll still be paying for it with my Hulu Disney bundle. But with UFC having their last event of the year on ESPN and moving over to Paramount in 2026, I have no reason to have ESPN Unlimited because
wait a minute, UFC is going to Paramount?
Well, yeah, UFC is going to Paramount with no pay-per-views. So the annual cost for fans to watch all the events is going from $1,200 to about $120 a year.
Wow.
I am fucking stoked. I am so stoked that I stopped using my my cousin's Paramount Plus account and got my own attached to my Walmart Plus account. You get Paramount Plus for free. The
Oh
Jew
yeah,
signed
we
up for
do.
the Jew signed up for Walmart Plus for half price for the year. A Black Friday special that was in like I don't know fucking August they did it.
Yeah, it was in
Um,
my thing. I signed up for it, $49.
Paramount Plus is taking all of the UFC programming. So Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, all of the fight nights, all of the we'll call them PLEs. They're all on Paramount Plus. So I will no longer be watching. I couldn't even watch. I mean, not that big of a deal, but PFL is also on ESPN, but you needed the unlimited plan. So I'm not going to pay an extra whatever the fuck it is. Like they want like $39.99 a month, I think, for ESPN Unlimited. There's still going to be such a huge library of WWE on Netflix. I don't know if they're pulling everything off of Peacock, but I'm assuming that everything that's on Peacock is moving to ESPN. So fans, get ready to get really fucking lost if you're wanting to watch the NWO tour because you're not going to be able to fucking find it on ESPN Plus. It'll be there, I'm sure of it, but you'll be out of luck. So anyway, that's my moment of the week.
Well, I recommend seeing it on the high seas. I have
Oh,
a
that's the plan. That's the plan.
excellent. Marcus, you got a moment.
Yeah, my moment came at the end of Raw. I mean, not Raw. I mean, Saturday night's main event when the crowd there booed the shit out of Triple H. I I I, I thought that was they booed the shit out of him. He didn't get that much heat when he was wrestling as a heel. I mean, him and Stephanie went up to the ring and hugged Cena, and the Boo Birds let out, and I was rolling. That was funny. I hope that Triple H listens to the audience they say they do, and improve the product. That was my big moment right there.
He thought it was
Hey,
funny too.
Yeah, I loved it.
Bobby, before you go, and I hope I don't launch us into some other segment, so maybe just a quick, I want to get opinions from the panel. How do you all feel about when the crowd is chanting curse words? Like, do you like it or you don't like it? Because for me, it just fucks with me when they mute the shit.
Yeah, I don't like the muting.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
my
part.
problem.
That's the part. The muting is what bugs me.
Yeah, they shouldn't mute it. Live
Especially
crowd
Netflix.
sounds is yeah, live crowd reactions is something that censors and TV can't control. So, I mean, I understand that it's network TV with NBC for Saturday Night Main Event, or at least it was, but no, that's completely unnecessary. And audiences have worse chance than that, so let it go. I say, let it go. But Bobby, what was your moment this week?
The show out between NXT and TNA on Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
Love seeing them on there. Love seeing them showcase. I'm thinking that they're gonna make a great pathway for the guys that's coming up. I liked the way they were showcased. I liked everything about what happened last night. So I would have to say this the showcase of NXT and TNA.
Cool.
And,
I do.
there was one more thing. There was one more thing.
Uh huh.
Rhea Ripley. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, good lord! Thank you for joining. No, I'm just going to add one. Oh, okay. Here's I have to have one extra moment, one tiny one, in that I pissed off Motown so bad that he actually broke into the podcast to tell me off. That's a moment I can cherish forever.
Well,
But
he's been defending you for the last 1 hour and 33 minutes. He's been coming in your defense. Clayton hasn't been too kind to you, and no, because
Well, that's I value everyone's opinion that watches our show, and if you think that I am full of complete shit, you're not alone. But yeah, I appreciate it when people defend me too. At least
Well,
I'm
that's good. So
somebody's.
I do want to take a moment to defend you. I did have someone write me prior to the show, and they said, Robert, the biggest problem I have with Robert is that he eats shit sandwiches. And I told that motherfucker that you do not eat bread.
Wow.
I well, I'm diabetic, so I try not to. Speaking of shit sandwiches, and we're gonna go to our tap out, and we're gonna start out as tradition with the innovator of the tap out moment, Marvelous Marcus Buckley, and that's why we call him Marvelous. What is your tap out this week, man?
Well, my tap out is, I don't know if it was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. Soraya, aka Paige, was in Chicago at some kind of event, and some dumbass tapped her on the ass twice before security got to her.
Oh,
She has an ass?
Well, I, anyway,
thank you for joining us on FT.
I
Oh
mean
my God.
that's just, I mean, I don't care how much you like a female, whether it's a celebrity, whether you at the club or whatever. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. It's just so unnecessary. It's stupid. It makes people like um, Mercedes Monet validate her
Oh God.
was doing, a couple years ago. And I think she was in Chicago too. On top of that, when they did that dumb shit, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, it makes my city look bad for one, and it just validates stuff like that where they feel they need protection. They don't want guys next to them or because they can't control themselves. I mean, though we all know that the couple of rotten apples always ruin the bunch and everything like that. And I hope they beat the shit. Whoever when he got to jail, they beat the shit out of him. I hope that's my tap out right there.
Can I add something to that type out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
I think they should beat his ass because Sheree has no ass. Why would you even try to touch it?
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. Wow. We're ticking them down. We're getting close. Okay. My tap out this week was the segment with R-Truth, The Miz, and the motivational wrestler that shall not be named. And I acknowledge him. I don't believe in him, but I acknowledge him because I think he watches the program. But it just seriously, that was one of the most useless, time burning, and ridiculous segments that could have possibly been on the show. It was useless. It didn't lead to anything except to maybe give the Miz a moment that he didn't deserve in the middle of a show that wasn't about him. So and plus I stand by my statement that made TNA look like shit. So that was my tap out. Jake, what have you got?
Can't you see I'm fucking busy, Rob? Okay. Okay. My tap out of the week. So I may be a week behind. I might even be 2 or 3. I don't know how long it's been since I've been on the fucking podcast, but
Mhm.
I saw the WrestleMania women's promo. Now the men's promo, it was kind of cool. Like they were sitting at a poker table, and I like playing poker, and Vegas, I get it. The women's promo, like they're gonna be sitting down to fucking tea or whatever the hell. They're just sitting down at a table with fucking like empty plates and shit. I did notice Tiffany on there, so some people have these dumbass rumors that she's being let go, and everyone should know that she's not. but it didn't have. Man, I'm doing fucking horrible with names today. It didn't have Vicaire in it, which I thought was really interesting since they're pushing her super fucking hard. She won the thing in Riyadh, right? The crown jewel. Am I right? She won the crown jewel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she did.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
she won the crown jewel. Then she wins the championship. She should be a part of WrestleMania without a doubt. And they left her out of that promo. The other thing that I noticed, I'm pretty sure I noticed, is that Bianca Belair's not in the promo either. That tells me that they might be lining them up. But I do have to give an overall tap out. Nikki Bella should have never been re-signed. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's stupid. It's really bad. Using her to get Rodriguez to the face Vicaire, not a fan. I don't know what they're doing with that belt, but I think Vicaire's going to hold it a long time, and she's not in the promo. That's my tap out.
All right. Bobby?
My tap out has to do with the WWE fans. The thing that made me mad was, if you're a wrestling fan, people understand when you leave this business, it is tradition, it is knowledge that you always put over the person you're facing. You always go out on your back. And the fans there almost ruined that whole thing by booing something that is a tradition that's known and shouldn't even have to be spoken about. You may not like Gunther. You may not like the way the story went down. But you should have known waking up that morning when you had to take a piss and you were brushing your teeth, figure out what you was going to eat for breakfast before you came up to the damn show, that John Cena was going to lose his match. Before you got into your Uber and you rode over to the stadium and you took your phone out to get your ticket to show that you belonged there and you wanted a seat, you should have known that John Cena was going to lose that match. Before you got the damn popcorn and you sat in your seat for the show and you couldn't find the Philadelphia cheesesteak egg rolls. That's a pun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
That
John Cena was
dream
going to
will
lose his
come
match.
true, Bobby.
Yep. John
But
Cena was going to lose his match.
again, he should have gone out on his back. He should have been
He
fucking
did.
mercifully. No, he
He
didn't.
did.
He was sitting upright. He should have been put unmercifully, whatever, fucking power bombed in that mat with his fucking shoulders pinned.
Choking out is going to be worse than that. So I get what you're saying.
Everyone
But-
knows that a sleeper hold isn't really a fucking sleeper hold, though. That's the thing, too.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, yes and no.
But
Well, okay.
I'm sorry. I did not like the reaction of the fans. I thought it was terrible. If you're that uneducated about the traditions of wrestling, please look it up before you go to a match like that. Because the one thing I can say is when we went to Fisher's and we were in that audience, the crowd surrounding us was awesome. The crowd participation was awesome. The environment we were sitting in was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That right there that happened last night pissed me the fuck off. And I'm not even going to lie to you. The fans pissed me off more there than any AEW match. Well, hold on. There is the Young Bucks. There's okay. Then most AEW matches has
What's AEW?
that
It's a long
reaction.
story.
That
Okay.
reaction was
Okay.
terrible, and you should know better, all of you. So quit complaining that Gunther won. Quit bitching about all of this shit, and realize there are traditions that they carry on from that locker room, and respect those traditions. Fuck the rest of this shit. I'm done.
uh, um, here's the I Bobby. I appreciate. Look, I had no emotional stake in how that match ended last night. Um, but I see what you're saying in that more educated fans would have reacted in a different way. But WWE has been shunning those fans for years, has been turning them away. The kinds of fans that would respect that kind of tradition aren't watching anymore, not for the most part. And a lot of them are watching the show that Jake has not heard of, apparently. So, does it really surprise you that more casual fans would not get it and be pissed that Cena lost when we all knew that he was going to, based on how long we've been watching the product?
Yes,
I
it
mean,
would. It would piss me off
it does.
because
Okay.
But
guess what? When you go to a
But do
Colts
you
game,
understand why,
no,
though?
I understand why it still pisses me off
okay, that's
because because if you
but
go to a Colts game and you want to watch football and you're gonna go 2 or 3 times, you don't learn what the fuck football is about. When you go to see the Indiana fucking Pacers play, you don't learn the basic rules and fundamentals of fucking basketball before you go up there and say, why are they dribbling the ball and why did he slam it in there like that?
yeah,
No,
but okay. First of all, how many retirement matches are there a year? I mean, really? Okay, so AJ Styles is going to have one next year. We know he's going to lose it. I hope they set it up with someone else because, like I said, Gunther wasn't my pick. I got no problem with Cena losing. It's who he lost to and how it was done. The second thing is, like I was saying, it could have been a heroic moment for the kids. So, Bobby, I'd like you to think about the kids, and I think it's even more important because half of them are probably yours.
no,
Oh,
only
good
25%.
Lord.
Oh,
Only 25%.
Wow. Well, that's
No,
still
and thank you. No, and that one didn't get an and thank you. Like, what do I need to fucking do over here?
You
Because it
didn't
was too
give
close
me
to
a
reality.
chance. I've got the marker right here. You got to give me a chance to mark it down. By the way, thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. That one does indeed count. I'm not as
And get the
quick on the
numbers right.
draw as I used to
25%, not
be.
half. 25.
25%.
Well, well, I can't even manage to not shoot blanks. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh
Is that the
my
true
God,
meaning?
we're
Is that
uh,
is that the real meaning of a pew pew?
Pew pew.
thank you for joining us on FTW Future. Holy crap! Uh, but no, Jake, you got to give me time to get it ready.
I didn't see
Anyway,
it
That's what she
coming.
said.
God, Bobby, what is our last order of business today?
That was our
Hanging,
last order of business. We out of
hanging
here.
the fuck up.
Dear God.
Should we spend the
Oh.
rest of the should we spend the rest of our time trying to figure out how we can chat with the chat?
No.
No, because if we do that, then we're going to hit our quota for thank you for joining us, and then we'll have to have our next episode be a no Thanksgiving episode.
I'll
and
try
I
to be
don't want
back
to do
here.
that.
I'll try to be back here
Well,
next week for Clayton. I'll have Clayton.
okay. Well, see, I want to wait until after Christmas to hit the 300, because if we hit it beforehand, then I'm gonna have to gargle holy water to go to heaven, because that's usually what happens when we have that.
You have no fucking shot of getting in, dude.
Well,
Hey,
we'll
all I'm
we'll
gonna
we'll,
say is
we'll
I gotta let it sit before I hit it too soon. Because if I hit it too soon, my average goes up to 30% instead of 25.
Thank you for joining us on FT. Oh, good Lord! Now the All right, I'm going to end this before we end up all being condemned to hell. On behalf of.
Can we see Marcus's feet again first?
No.
Wait a minute. First,
Uh-oh.
you got
Do
interested
we
by
get?
seeing somebody's ass. Now you
Uh-oh.
want to see his feet. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Dude,
End this
Uh-oh.
shit. End
I
this
gotta,
shit.
Good.
I gotta
End
get
this.
in on it. I gotta
End
get in
this.
on it before he starts
End it.
posting that shit.
End it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh, okay.
Hey
On
Jake,
behalf of
hey Jake,
Crazy.
I charge for that. I got an OnlyFans. I charge for that.
That's why I was getting it for free here.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh,
We're
good
gonna have to
God.
renegotiate my contract to be here because I was promised certain things, and
Yeah.
Well, so was I, but that's another show entirely. Oh, good God. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. And on behalf of Crazy Jake, Marvelous Marcus Buckley, the Mastermind Bobby Rogers, I am your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. We will see you in the future. I gotta catch my breath before I give myself a coronary. We don't have James Brown right now, but we're getting it back, baby. We'll see you next time.